What is going on, guys? POMS on A7 here, and today we're here for the SRL APAC Racing League around the Chinese Grand Prix, the ultimate pad track that is itself. Well, I'm not really sure it's actually a pad track in this game as much. I think the pads have sort of lost their advantage that they had on sort of F1 2013 or whatever. But either way, my race didn't get off the best start as I crashed during qualifying during my first run. I didn't practice at all during the day. I practiced a little bit during the week, but not during the day. And I don't know why, it just wasn't in the greatest state for racing. Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes during my qualifying run. As I'm about to see here on my second clip, corner cutting that corner there at the start of the third sector, and I think that was a fairly decent lap to that point, which is a bit of a shame. Now my second run, and I mean, my tyres are a little bit old, and even this lap wasn't the world's best, I'm pretty sure. And I believe crossing the line in a second, it won't be the best lap time in the world. So yeah, for some reason, I just wasn't great during qualifying, which is a bit alarming because AOR is literally tonight. I'm recording this on Sunday morning when the video is going to live Sunday afternoon. And I've got the race at 6 PM on Sunday evening. Same track, which is quite unusual actually for SRL and AOR to have the same track on the same weekend. So I have something to find. China has been a good track for me in the past, so I'm not quite sure why I struggled so much this time, but I've got answers to find, and let's see how I can go for the race. Obviously no points for qualifying anyway, so hopefully it will be a good race. So here we are on the grid, and it is a fully wet race, intermediate conditions. This really wasn't what I was hoping at all. I felt, I don't know why, but I remember in SRL last season, I struggled a lot in the wet here. I'm not sure why, as I don't think I'm that bad in the wet usually in a lot of tracks. Just here I struggle. As I said, I'm not sure why, but let's see how we can go. Try and take things nice and cautious. We're in P11 on the grid, which would be great if it was dry. I'd have like alternate strategy, alternate tyres, fresh tyres. The first one on fresh tyres. But it's intermediate conditions, so that won't really help at all. We've got Owens ahead of us, and we've got Jared, who had also had an awful qualifying as well behind us in P12. We've got Matt up the road in P9, who we had a collision with in Melbourne, and who already is Xing in front of us, so that's not a great start. He's already desyncing on the grid, so let's try and avoid him as much as possible. As the lights out and away we go. Let's see if we can actually have a nice clean start. And it looks like everyone's got away quite orderly so far. No real incidents going on. Matt's lagging all of this, but he's lagged off the track and he's out of the way now, so don't have to worry about him. That's great news. And we'll go around the outside of Owens, and we're up at P9, so it's a good start from us. And now we've got Roscoe Arm and Zombie battling, going side by side in front of us, as I believe we've got two Red Bulls in front of them. Neon's slowed up quite a bit through the snail section, and Roscoe Arm's going down his inside. And Neon there swipes in front of us and almost takes off our front wing as he dives on the inside of Roscoe Arm, but it's a good move by him. I think he did the sort of switch pack Danny Ricciardo sort of move. I remember seeing his replay, but yeah, so far very quite steady start, as we've got Owens ahead of us and Roscoe Arm. Owens actually got packed past us, so we got went very cautious into that hairpin, and I believe he went around the outside of us, which is very opportunistic from him, but quite annoying for us as well. As now let's see how we can go for the rest of this lap. We've got Jared right behind us now, who's very quick, as we know from AOR, and we got not very good exit of that corner. He's squeezing to the inside a little bit, but he's going to go down the inside anyway. We're going to hold around the outside of the left hand there. Now to the right. Let's see if we get a good exit out of the snack section. We don't. We get a lot of wheel spin. We don't shift up early enough. Short shifting is quite, well, it's needed a lot in the wet conditions, and through the snail section, he got much better traction, much better exit, it's got to be said, and he's got the position ahead of us, now going to chase Owens up the road. We're now to P10, so still in the points so far. It's the best I can hope, as I didn't get points last season in SRL. As I said, I struggled a lot. And as we can see, Jared passing Roscoe Arm on lap 2, but Roscoe dives on the inside and completely runs wide, and that's a free position for us really, as we take advantage of that. And now Jared already on the back of Owens, and he's really moved up the grid so far, taking cars very easily, and he squeezes past Owens, who just leaves enough room as they go down the 2 kilometres. Is it 2 kilometres? Maybe 1 kilometre? Not quite sure, but it's a very long back straight anyway. As Jared and Owens are still going side by side ahead. Looks like Jared's got the move though, ahead of the Haas drivers. Now break into the hairpin and we lose our front wing on the back of the Haas. Oh, can we actually have a race where we not lose part of our front wing? And obviously with the understeer we lock up on the curbing on the right, and that's made us run wide and lose us even more time, which is just not great at all. Not what we want at all. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend it's not my fault, because it is, definitely. I mean, there's no way that Owens could be blamed for that. It's just the concertina effect into the hairpin. When the car in front of you brakes a lot more than you think they would normally, goes a lot slower than you think you'd do, and you just run into the back of them. It's so easy to do, but it looks so stupid. It looks like the most silliest collision ever. And I'm now committed to a two-stop strategy onto the inters, stopping under lap 4, doing one more stop. There's no way I could take this set of inters to the end of this race, unfortunately. I was hoping to do the one stop. I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of people will be trying the one stop during this race, as I'm pretty sure. Well, considering on the back of the field is 17th place, at least it was for quite a while. No one else actually lost any of their front wing on the opening laps, which is actually really remarkable. Especially in the wet conditions, I thought there'd be loads of incidents, but there actually wasn't, even with, well, some people lagging and desyncing as well. So, full respect to everyone in this league as I get past Katia Foyle, the first proper overtake of this race. But now, at the end of start lap 10, can't speak today again, and we got NEONTREEDOME emerging out of the pit lane. He had a collision with Jared and lost his full front wing, so it's really unfortunate for him. And he's looking really vulnerable. He only just emerged ahead of us, so looks like we could have a battle on our hands with Neon for the rest of this race. That depends whether he's going to stop again or not. To get to the end from here on intermediate tyres will be very risky and very hard for him to do. As he look around the inside of Neon, covers that off, and now we look for the switch back, but we can't quite do it. Get kind of poor traction there. Had to correct ourselves a little bit of opposite lock, and Neon keeps ahead of us just for the time being, but he's actually looking really quite slow and quite vulnerable in these opening stages. Got to be said, those intermediate tyres really aren't warming up, and he's missed the apex of that corner and runs a little bit wide on the curbing, and once again, and he's looking very vulnerable. Made two mistakes in one go there, and we look up the inside of the snare section now into the left-hander. We break himself slightly, and he's still round our outside, so full respect to him, holding it in there. And he's now on inside, and he should have the better line, but we're going to hold it round the outside. Let's see if we can do this. No, he's got the position, but let's see if we can get in the slipstream on the back straight. No DRS, obviously, it's in the wet conditions, but one thing I've noticed already, that I do have a bit better straight line speed, which is kind of weird, because I thought I put on quite a bit of air. I think it's 4.8 wings, so I think he's running a lot more air than I am. And it's a kind of easy position there as they go up the inside into the hairpin, cover that off, no way you can do the switch back, and we've got position into P11. I think a few people still got a pit ahead of us, so we still could be looking for points here today, probably the tail end of the points, like P10 or P9 or P10, P8 maybe, as we get a little bit of oversteer on the final corner, but Neon couldn't capitalise on that, and we keep position ahead of him so far. Now, on lap 12, we're going for this next section once again. A little bit of mistake, run wide with a little bit of understeer, and Neon's looking at our inside once again through this now section. It's going to get side-by-side out, own up the back straight. Gotta admit, Neon had really good exits out the corners. But at this stage, I was actually really surprised to be battling him, as my tyres are nearly 10 laps old, and his tyres are really fresh. Now this is a really weird thing with the intermediate tyres, is that they actually have the best performance during the end of the stint. I talked to quite a few people after this, and they said the same thing, that for some reason the intermediate tyres, like, they just really struggled at the start of a stint. I'm really not sure why. It's really odd. Obviously right at the end of a stint, the tyres drop off, and then the fresher tyres are obviously better. But like when the tyres about 40%, 50%, they actually really become really quick. And Neon, by the way, actually got the undercut on me. He pitted a lap before, my tyres are kind of dead, and he's just about going to get ahead of us out on the track now. We kept ahead in Neon all through that stint, but he's only just ahead of us here, so with the one lap fresher tyres, hopefully we can capitalise on this pretty soon. It's got to be said, my tyre wear in the wet conditions isn't that great. Neon obviously on the wheel will have slightly better tyre wear, but nonetheless I think I have the pace on NEONTREEDOME. and let's see if we can capitalise. We're both catching on Zombie Hunter and DGRTP17 as my teammate. And looks like they've had a collision ahead, and we're going to capitalise and get past both of them. Looks like Pinsky's been on the inside, and Zombie's waiting up for him. I thought it was actually going to be a really interesting climax to this race, as I knew me and Neon were both quicker than them, and I thought it was actually going to be a good opportunity to get past Neon, going through the Ferrari and my teammate. But once again, we're very close behind the Red Bull, and much closer under braking. Neon doesn't really have the best confidence on the brakes, although it's much better on the exit corners, it's got to be said. And we're just so close, we're within striking range, but in the wet conditions, it's really hard to overtake. And now we're getting past the AI car of Katia Foyle, I think the only retiree from this race, I'm pretty sure. Although I'm not sure if he disconnected or actually retired, but look how close we are to the Red Bull. Let's see if we can capitalise on lap 22, but we make a mistake, we get a bit too much oversteer. Almost spin off the track there and do the same thing we did in qualifying, and that's given Neon quite a bit of breathing room, as they were desperately trying to get good traction to get past him into the braking zones, and he's just doing enough to just keep ahead of us. This is a real close battle, and I know I had the pace. As soon as I get past him, I knew I had the pace to keep ahead of him, but he's just, it was really good in defence. He was just quick enough in just the right areas to keep me behind, and I was literally like about half a second behind through the entire first stint, for the entirety of the first stint pretty much, apart from when I made a mistake, but then I caught right up to the back of him. But it looks like lap 24 is going to be the best opportunity yet, as he was very slow for turn 1 and 2, and good traction here. Let's see if we can capitalise down into the hairpin of turn 6, I believe it is. We don't get the best traction, but we're in striking range finally, and we're going to do a Daniel Ricciardo style move down the inside. But looks like Neon saw it coming, left enough room, and is going to get better exit on the exit of that corner. So once again, Neon just really being a moving roadblock, and by the last lap we're still within half a second, and we can't get past him. So it's really annoying. I was just, at this point I was just thinking, I'm just going to throw everything at it, I'm just going to try and get the best exit possible onto the back straight, but he's locked up, he's gone massively wide at the end of the second sector, and that's a real big shame for him. It's going to be P9 for me now. Roscoe Arm's too far up the road, and he actually had like a brake problem with his brakes or something. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't his driving that was at fault there. It was his equipment or something. But very unfortunate for Neon. That was a great battle for all of that race there. It was very hard to overtake, and he was just quick enough in all of the right areas. It was good actual side-by-side battling towards the start of the race, as Penske for some reason crashes across the line. Wasn't the best outing from him. But P9, I mean, the best we probably could have hoped for. Without that damage, I feel like we could have done the one-stop and we would have been much further up. I believe Owens and Roscoe Arm both did the one-stop, and they actually had pretty good pace. So I feel like I would have been battling them. Probably would have been too slow for the guys up front, the leading pack of like Ryan, who I believe won the race, and Ben, and I think Warden. Actually, I don't know if he made a mistake or I don't know what happened to him, but I think he finished like P5 or 6. So I believe Jetson got on the podium, which might be his first podium actually in quite a while, so congrats to him. Actually got P4, Warden P5, and yeah, us down in P9, Neon P10. So damage limitation, it wasn't too bad, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed that race. AOR, we're racing that tonight, and the video will be out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys for then. So see you guys later. Palms out.